15 minutes away. Right in front of the DMV. Right on the where you showed me where to get
that shit work for me. And I be on. I got a lot of protein intake, and I love string beans. I eat protein in leafy shit, chalky.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got my.
You still be making your own dressing?
Hey, come on.
Oh, me?
Come on.
Yeah, I mean like a garlic, like a
Bro, I love
yogurt dill.
I love
So
balsamic. I get
listen.
organic balsamic, bro.
All right, we live.
Is it on mute or you live?
No, we live.
Put it on mute real quick.
All right, so like, just 1 second.
Way higher with you when you used to.
Yeah.
You don't do it anymore, bro. I gotta give you your respect and credit.
Yeah.
You repented.
I went through too much embarrassment.
Well, no, I'm just giving perspective. Yeah, I'm just giving perspective.
All right, Per, thumb you open up.
You've evolved. So, but how did I handle it? All the times.
I've been it, yeah.
I had to let it.
Yeah.
But when you just ask the right questions.
That's true.
All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass kingdom. Good, spiritual Babylon and modern day America. All right, tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should not niggas, spics, and wetbacks, but God's chosen people of the Bible. All right, princes and princesses of the power of their legendary bloodline. Okay, first and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. The GMS will teach and rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, keep enduring, keep pushing this rock across the four winds. To you, we say shalom.
Grab that in
Israel
from was that Psalms
47.
147, 1920?
Yeah.
Grab that. Grab Deuteronomy
28? No. 76.
7:6.
Hey,
And then
that's-
what's the other one? Another one. You be always grabbing other ones.
Smakiano, take
14:2.
Psalms 147, 1920. The reason, all right, the reason why I got the brother starting out with this is because I had a brother today, come to me personally and say, yo, I want to learn, bro. I need to learn more. I need to know where to start, where to look. I need to know. And I said, bro, you got to eat the whole roll. And I said, you got to get the honey. You got to get the milk and honey, but also you got to get that bitter, right? You got to eat the whole roll. So I said, one thing that helped me in this truth when I first started was I had to learn about who our people are, our migration patterns, why does the world hate us, why was our names taken, why were we put in the ghettos, and what is the purpose of being a Hebrew Israelite? Like, what is the purpose of our birth, right? So I wanted to start here to give a little bit more perspective. All right, but Samakiano.
All right, this Psalms 147, verse 19, in the New Living Translation. It says, He has revealed His words to Jacob, His decrees and His regulations to Israel. He has not done this for any other nation. They do not know His regulations. Praise the Lord, Yahweh.
Yeah, so this is going into the people that the Most High has bestowed pretty much His heritage upon. All right, all of the Most High's ways and customs, He basically took those and gave it directly to the children of Israel, which stemmed from the original father of the promise, which is Abraham. And then He promised that through his seed, He would, bless with the inheritance of the whole earth, right? With the new covenant, essentially. And it went through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, those were the sons of the promise. All the way down to Jacob, which Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Okay, so this is where you get the Israelites, right? Which are pretty much the descendants of Israel, our forefather.
If I may add to that, the Most High Yahweh went into a blood oath with our forefather Abram and changed his name to Abraham. That's how he got his name, Abraham. All right, but it was a blood oath. He basically said, I'm vowing to you that from your generations and generations, your seed line and everything that comes from you shall be blessed and be my chosen, and I will stay with them perpetually forever. right? Your people or your bloodline will be my own, right? And we know this, Deuteronomy 7:6.
This is Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
So the Lord chose so the Lord looked all over the earth. I'm just going to backtrack just a little bit more. The Lord looked all over the earth, right? And out of all the wickedness that was going on, right? Out of all the wickedness that was going on, the Lord seen a righteous man, right? The Lord even tested this man. But the Lord seen a righteous man. His name was Abram, right? And the Lord knew that he was faithful, that he stuck to the oral law, that he, praised the Lord in all his being. And the Lord had mercy and love upon this man and came to him and said, look, man, because of your works and your faith, I'm going to go into a blood oath or a covenant with you. And I'm going to choose your bloodline, right? Your bloodline will be the seed of the promise. And the reason why it's a promise is because he promised him that his bloodline shall inherit the kingdom of heaven, that his bloodline will bequeath kings.
The Most High to swear on himself.
And the Most High, because he has no one else to swear to, swore on himself. He swore by his own name that he would keep this oath from generation to generation to generation. And this is where we have here, where the brother just brought out Deuteronomy 7:6. It wasn't that we were the greatest in size.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
It's crazy.
It's the same thing.
Deuteronomy 7:7. "The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, Abraham, hath the Lord brought you out of with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen for the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt."
God. So because of the blood oath that the Lord, and the reason why I keep saying blood oath, because it's a bloodline that he chose. The Lord created 18 nations of people, or 18 families on the earth, right? After the great flood, right? So we already know about the Adamites and all the wickedness and all the splicing and all the crazy stuff that you probably heard about in the folklores, right? When the Lord flooded the earth to get rid of all that wickedness, there was wickedness before the flood and after the flood. Just like there were giants before the flood and after the flood. But throughout the men that were that were alive, because I'm pretty sure everyone knows the story of Noah and his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Shem, I'm going to put it in order. Shem, Japheth, and Ham, because Ham was the youngest and Shem was the eldest. All right? Out of these three men bequeathed the other 18 nations, and we come from the line of Shem. Abraham was from the direct line of Shem. So we went back even farther. And that blessed bloodline goes through. Now, if you want to learn about the blessed bloodline, you can read Matthew, the 1st chapter. So you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you really want to know what your patriarchy is and how your bloodline descendants are all passed through, go read Matthew, the 1st chapter. And that is your people and your history. Now, the entire Bible is your history, right? So we're out here to just give understanding of what the Bible is. The Bible is for us, by us. Remember the old little clothing line, FUBU, for us, by us? That's literally what it is, right? So Abram, which name was changed to Abraham once he was blessed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. At this time, it was only Yahweh on the scene because the folklore of Yahweh Shah wasn't even on the scene yet, right? So this is where we are. So now we're letting you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans understand that you are from a chosen royal bloodline, a royal priesthood, and a bloodline of many kings. And actually, we can go into the seed of the promise. Galatians 27.
Galatians
3 and 27. It's coming back. Galatians, we haven't gotten this in a while.
It's the seed of the promise?
Yeah, the seed of the promise.
Right, go to Genesis 17 as well.
Well, yeah, because but Galatians 3
4 as well.
and Galatians 4, it all goes back to Genesis.
Yeah, it does.
So actually, if you want to go start at Genesis and then go to Galatians.
Yeah, Genesis
and then,
17. I think
go, bro,
the freeman and the bondwoman. This is on, yeah, where you go to covenant shall be the everlasting. And then, Abraham asked for Sarah the wife. Here we go. Asked for Sarah the wife. Abraham gets right and I called. But yeah, started out 15. Yeah, 15.
That's it, right? This is when she laughed.
Yeah. Yeah, but this promise goes all the way back to the beginning before our forefathers were even born. You know, starting with Abraham.
That's it.
And the Most High had everything planned out. Right? And it's beautiful how the story unfolded. Just pretty much how the Most High is going to set the wicked up and then set the righteous up in this world to come. And just how Esau came out first, it's going to go into it. Esau came out first, and Jacob grabbed the hill, right? It's insinuating how he's going to pull Esau down from his throne, which is in the time that we're in now. You know, we're going to grab hold of the hill, pull Esau down, because the Most High is essentially using us as his mouthpiece to prophesy against Esau with great boldness. And there's nothing Esau can do about it.
He did Esau and Ishmael the same too. They both were the older brothers.
Yep.
They gave them they quick blessings. Yup. It's Galatians, like it's Genesis 17 and 15. It says, and the Most High Yahweh said unto Abraham, as for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old, and shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto Yahweh, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And Yahweh said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And then it says, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year.
Yep. And what this scripture tells you is that the Most High can bless nations on the earth, but just because you're blessed on the or in the earth does not mean you're blessed in the spirit. The promise through Isaac that his children will be blessed in the spirit. It's one thing to be blessed in the flesh, right? The Most High can give you riches and fame and glory of this world, but guess what? What did Yahweh Shai say about this world? All right, that everything that you see passes away. The kingdom of heaven is what lasts forever, and we're going, Lord willing, we be of those men of the elect. But ultimately, us being Israelites, we are going to embody the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be blessed in the spirit. So Ishmael, yeah, he may have been a son of Abraham, but he was not the son of the promise, because the son he was born to Hagar, where the Most High specifically chose Abraham's seed through Sarah, which was Isaac, and Isaac would bear his son Jacob specifically, who would be the seed of the promise.
I got one Paul quoted, Genesis 17. Galatians 4, starting at let's start at 22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by the bondmaid, the other by a free woman. But he who was the bondwoman was born after the flesh. But he of the free woman was by promise.
Yep.
Which things are an allegory, for these are the two covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage, which is Agar. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yeah, it's really just going into the kingdom of heaven that's going to come down. You know what I mean? And the covenants and the promises and the glories. All right? That is essentially what it was promised unto the children of Israel. And what? Ishmael, he was blessed with 12 princes. Pretty much he was blessed with riches. And it makes sense, because when you go to modern day Ishmael, modern day Arabs, you got the United Arab Emirates, you got Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and you got sheiks and princes and rulers, and you know what I mean, and they're wealthy, bro. You go over to their countries, you think that you have wealthy people here in America, man, wealth in America ain't shit compared to wealth over there.
Right.
Especially just from how they establish their wealth. Their buildings, their lifestyles.
Matter of fact, their wealth is so crazy over there that it's known that if you left like a Audemars, a baguette, a diamond necklace, a Rolex, and you left it on a table and walked off, no one would even touch it. They all have Lamborghinis
Got it
and
already.
Bentleys and everything like that, and they leave their car doors open. No one's looking to steal anything because everybody out there got money. This was that blessing that Ishmael got.
Plus,
which-
they don't play that shit.
And they don't play that shit either.
yeah, but see, that's how
They,
society's supposed to
they
be.
ain't soft like Esau.
Right.
Esau,
Women,
yeah.
they gotta move in a different manner too.
Yep.
Yeah, mommy. Galatians 4:27. For it is written, rejoice thou barren that bearest not. Break forth and cry that thou travailest not, for the desolate have many more children than she which have an husband. Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. But as then he was that was born after the flesh, persecuted him that was born after the spirit, even so it is now. Nevertheless, what saith the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
Yeah.
We literally quoted
Yeah.
Genesis 17.
Yeah, and when you go through history, and even today, all right, Esau, Ishmael, they don't fuck with us, man. They don't mess with us. Why?
Well-
Because ultimately, through the spirit, they know that we were the seed of promise.
They don't fuck with us, but they don't fuck with Esau more than they don't fuck with
Oh,
us.
yeah, of course.
And because of that, there's been a lot of you see what's going on in Iran, right?
Yeah.
The old Persians. You see how they opened up their vaults and they got old.
Oh, they going into them scrolls.
They're going to them scrolls, and you know they're King Cyrus, right? Because remember, the Lord blessed King Cyrus.
Yeah.
Because what did King Cyrus do? King Cyrus what? Helped free the Israelites.
He was showing us
and
favor.
He was showing us favor. He helped free the Israelites. Remember, he was a Persian.
Yeah.
He wasn't Israelite.
Right.
He was a Persian king who the Lord came to him and was like, yo, I need you to fix this shit. That Persian king. This is why a lot of Iran, they trying to join hands with us. Right? Because Iran right now, they open up their vaults just to give perspective. Actually, I'll send you this hour-long video
That's
breaking the
Need
whole
that.
thing down.
Need
That's
that.
Elon.
Need that, bro.
Yeah.
Iran is Elon.
Yeah, I believe so.
But you also gotta remember, you got a lot
It's
of.
mixed in.
I don't know, actually.
Let me
No,
know.
it is.
Modern day Persia is
Iran.
is Iran. But what I'm saying, but back then it was Ishmael. In that time, remember the migration patterns. What I'm saying is this: if there's a video, it's all bro. That's a lot of light skin because it's a lot of Edomites mixed in all that.
Yeah.
A lot of remember the original Arabs were all chocolate dark skin, just like Egyptians was chocolate.
Iranians, dark as hell, bro.
No, not all. No, look at their
Majority. The spokes, you know how they always
Yeah.
portray the people in the media, even India. Like even
Yeah.
in modern India, Bollywood, all of their models and,
Yeah,
and
but
stars are
everybody-
light skin. But when you
everybody-
go in India, niggas
Black-
is
black as
chocolate,
shit.
bro.
But what I was saying was they opened up their vaults or whatever. They opened up their vaults and they started opening up their scrolls. And their scrolls were talking about King Cyrus, the Israelites, what they looked like. It was actually just descriptions about coiled hair and dark skinned Israelites. King Cyrus, remember in the scriptures, he was favored by the Lord because what did he do? He helped free the Israelites from bondage for what was it, Babylon at the time?
I believe so.
I think it was
Babylon,
I think it was Babylon at the time.
Medio Persia, yeah.
Yeah.
Babylon and the Medio Persia took over.
And then even financed the rebuilding of Jerusalem and the temple. Remember, it was King Cyrus who did that.
Oh, yeah.
So remember, so when they open up their scrolls and they're seeing how the Israelites in Persia used to be like, we used to trade and keep it cool, like how we were with Egypt. Remember, with Egypt, we used to
Everybody we came, if the Lord was
dealing. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember, even though the scriptures say, yo, are they worshiping their power the right way? Because if they are, we can't fuck with them. When because they couldn't fuck with us, they would fuck with us. Meaning
Right.
they would trade with
Can't
us.
beat 'em, join 'em.
Join them, yeah.
They would trade with us. Hey, y'all got silks and shit over there, and y'all got a bunch of
Smart people.
yeah. So because remember, think about it right now. Think about it right now. Everybody is in cahoots with America only because out of fear. So I can't beat you, so I might as well just trade with you and keep it simple. But just like the children of Israel, yo, they over there chopping up, worshiping other gods. We can go get them because we really don't like them. But we can't fuck with them when they in their power. Same thing like America. We can't fuck with America, so we got to do their commerce and shit. But this is why all the smaller nations are coming together to try to get.
That's why it makes sense when how World War III would partake when America's, Jacob's trouble and
Yep.
you got the sedition of purge. It's America's weakening.
Weakening.
And
They
then
gonna smell the blood in the war.
And then that's when they're gonna start to send them troops, and then boom, the missiles hit, and it's like it's fair game. It's up.
Yep.
It's the vacant title for the world power. All the nations gonna fight for it, bro.
Exactly. But I'm just giving perspective. I'm gonna send you out a video, and they went through their scrolls, bro. They was getting into the histories, and through their history, it was talking a lot about the Israelites and how they even
From their perspective,
from their
right?
perspective,
Yeah.
and they were basically even saying that, oh yeah, those are. They were saying in their scrolls that they were a people blessed by God Himself. So that remember, back in the day, everybody knew who Yahweh was.
What's like Salakia, bro? It's like the Moabite stones.
Exactly.
They was telling their story through their lens, but we was heavily involved.
Because they found tablets and shit with the Greeks, and how in the Roman persecution, the Greeks, everyone has their history talking about us because everyone knew that we were the deadliest on the planet, but also the most susceptible to bullshit.
Feared King David. Everybody was scared.
Well, because he was the war king.
Yeah, he was scared.
King David was a
He was a conqueror.
he was a conqueror.
Yeah, he
No,
was
he was
scared.
exactly what you said. He was a
Scared of
conqueror.
him.
He was our conquering king.
Yeah, he was.
Solomon was, remember, his dad.
Solomon was our wisest.
So much that
wisest.
Solomon
He was
had
our
to be
wisest.
damn near the opposite.
But
yeah.
David paved the path for him
Yeah.
to be able to
He had to.
seek the wisdom that he had because he didn't have the war.
Yeah, he didn't have the war. So it was like this. How would you feel if you got everything now? I got everything. He had so much time on his hand. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. How much time you got on your hands? That means because it was at peace. He was like, man, I might as well just collect wives like Pokemon. Basically.
He definitely set it up for him.
And that why? And but remember,
He slept in Psalms.
what did they say? You brought it. One of y'all. Remember, peaceful times bring weak men.
Oh yeah, what is it? It's strong men make easy times.
Yep.
Easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times, and hard times make strong men. Yup.
Exactly. So we were.
That's a
So
bar.
Solomon was at a time of peace where he ran his tab up with what? Women. Bro, think about it. When you at war and you ain't got no money and you hurting, you not thinking about bitches.
Yeah, you not. Right?
No, the average dude, when you ain't got no
Nah.
money, you like, man, I ain't got time for these hoes right now. I gotta get to this bread.
Bro, ain't that? It's the saying though. The hero, Solomon was the hero. Think of the hero eventually becomes the villain.
Yep.
He got old. You know what I'm saying? He had women. He building temples from all their gods, and then and you could probably attest. They was just going into all that witchcraft and shit. Solomon was heavy into that,
Well,
right?
he was. It talks about. I'm not gonna get into the Jewish mysticism and shit.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was talking about. I know
We're not about
you
to.
jumped
We're
down
not
that
about
hole.
to go
That
because
rabbit hole.
that's the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah. If you go, and then this is. I'm not. Make this very clear. We do not prescribe to any, or subscribe to any of that. We are God-fearing men, and the only book we use is the Bible.
But you're a scholar, so you.
But I'm a scholar, so I understand. So, remember, he had wisdom. What comes with wisdom? The information on things that most people are not privy to.
Right.
So King Solomon knew how to remember all those different types of
He understood the
symbols.
stars. He
Yeah.
understood the
Left and right.
He understood all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
The symbols, the vibrations of the symbols, the crystals. So they say, mind you, just like I said, I'm not prescribing or subscribing, but allegedly he could control demons. They say he had a ring that could sit here and control demons. But it actually makes sense if the Lord gave him all the wisdom, he would
Yeah, why
obviously
not?
know how to
Obviously,
control the
yeah.
left hand and the right hand side. So I'm not.
Speaking as men,
Mind
you know what
you,
I'm saying?
even
They making movies
it's a
about this
safe
shit, bro.
assumption.
Like, oh,
It's a
yeah.
safe assumption. Also, if you watch any anime talking about Solomon, right? They always talk about Solomon's temple and the rings of power. This is where you get Lord of the Rings from. He was using power and rings, and they were saying that even the temple, they are saying that the temple was even built by him controlling demons to build the damn temple.
That's wild.
Like he would conjure them and force them to tell him this is what they say.
But even when you go through
See,
anime,
but I mean,
it's
but
always with
in the scriptures he had.
demon lord.
In the scriptures he had the dopest architect named Hiram Abiff. So Hiram Abiff was really responsible for
Yeah, but
helping
see,
him,
but,
saying-
but that's also divine information.
Yeah.
You gotta understand something. Remember, the Lord controls the left hand and right hand side. So if the Lord gave this man all the wisdom, he knows how to control the left and right hand side. He probably was like, oh, all right. So from what they say in their mysticism,
Masons.
that's where masonry comes from Solomon's temple. You know what? I'm not gonna try to get too far into that. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
Off camera.
Yeah, we'll do that off camera because that could be. I don't want to confuse the
Yeah,
world.
stumbling block to some viewers.
Nah, because it's like, and just to wrap it all up, because I asked the question.
But this is where so all the Kabbalists and the Jewish mysticisms and the Talmud and all that shit, it goes into using symbols to conjure demons for power, and they're saying that mysticism was written down by Solomon himself. This is why you get anime and movies and shit, and they all the Star of David and Solomon's Temple and all that freaking extra stuff. We tap into the power directly from Yahweh Shem Shai. I am not telling anyone to go learn any of this and or to use it. Because you go out and play with fire, you're going to get burnt. Simple as that.
It says in all throughout the scriptures, like I believe in 2nd Esdras 14, or at the latter end of the chapter, it says, write this down. It was specifically not to publish certain things. Because why? You get people off, bro.
So
scriptures is for salvation,
don't
bro.
seek out things that's too hard for you.
Right, exactly. So that all makes sense. We just as men meditate. Yeah, I mean, we think, you know.
But remember, the blessing of Solomon was wisdom itself.
He knows some shit.
So he knew more than some shit.
Bro, it tell you
Left and right hand side,
it tell you that wisdom gave him the understanding of the stars. He understood.
That's
like,
right. That means he knew how to
everything.
conjure a demon or an evil angel. I'm like, yo, I need you to go kill him.
Literally
I always
everything.
wonder how he learned. I wonder if the Most High actually just instilled it in him, or if the Most High put him in the position like the craziest library,
Right,
and he just had the craziest photographic memory. And it was
remember,
just like,
it was a dream.
there was some
The-
some limitless type
the
shit.
Egyptian. So remember the Library of Alexandria. Where did they get most of those books from before it was burnt down? They went to Egypt. Who taught the Egyptians? Joseph. If you go look, I can literally run this shit back.
He did.
I can run this shit back.
Some shit though.
He taught them, mind you, mathematics, geometry, and all these things are all sciences given, and usually more than likely came from Solomon and all of that.
Chemistry and shit.
Chemistry. The reason why I call chemistry Kemet. Now, but mind you, that was Egypt.
Right.
But who taught them? So I'm giving perspective on how
made
everything.
Egypt great.
He definitely made it great.
Joseph made Egypt great.
He moved everything.
They were
left.
also a great nation, but
Right,
he
but
made
he
them
made them
great.
great.
That's why the Pharaoh gave the Israelites the land of Goshen, which was the most fertile land.
Right.
How do you give up your best land to this man and his family? Because he's the one who made you.
Because
Same
without
way-
Joseph, they would have perished.
Now look at America. America is only great because of who? The Israelites. It's the same. Nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new under the sun.
Egypt, bro.
It's nothing new under the sun. America can't allow us to get away.
America's only strong because it was built on the backs of slaves.
And
Free labor.
but even not even just
But
the free
even-
labor, but all the inventions, they
used the slaves to cultivate,
Well, there's
bro.
literally nothing
And then
that they
Esau created the patent system, where it's like, okay,
Only thing he
well,
already-
pursuant to the Constitution, you're just
Technically,
you're
that's
not
not
even
true.
a man.
Yep.
Right.
So that's not yours.
Your property.
But you know what? I'm gonna give you credit. You created peanut butter. I'm gonna give you credit for that. But the light bulb, electricity, yeah, that was me. The cell phone, the plane, yeah, that's me.
Yo, right here in 1 Kings 4, starting at 29, it says, and Yahweh gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand is on the seashore. So he knew,
He knew stuff that we couldn't fathom. The
Yeah.
Lord gave him probably like
Yeah.
a 1%. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna drop a fingernail worth of knowledge into your brain. It's gonna be more than most people can handle, but you'll be okay because I'm blessing you." Boom. Woke up one day and was like,
yeah, but it's saying that it says his understanding went as the sand, even the seashore. So he knew the over thing, and then under that he understood
He
the
could break
cellular
something
level.
down to the
He knew the
smallest
whole
he could break it
shit.
down to the
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that
bro.
shit
He
crazy.
was, bro. This is why I'm telling you.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
The main reason why the Kabbalah, if you know anything about the Kabbalah and Jewish mysticism, it all goes back to King Solomon, so they say. They have books where you ever see the Tree of Life or the sigil for the Tree of Life. And you know what I'm talking about? When they got like the different circles and each one different, or even it goes into like chakras and all that and the pineal and all. Bro, that's all wisdom that was above most people's pay grade. But King Solomon knew about it. So now, could there be
Power, it makes sense.
could there be
Like,
books that King Solomon wrote down that has nothing to do
like alchemy and
Yeah,
all, like
I'm pretty
alchemy and witchcraft? All that stuff is real. It's just spiritual power, but on the left hand side,
It's
it's just men.
It's worshiping the creation instead of the
Exactly.
creator.
Well, look what Samuel did. Saul. Saul went to some demon show that he's supposed to kill and tried to conjure up some left hand side magic. Even talked to Samuel. Samuel came down like, "Look, dog, what you want from me, bro? I'm up there, chill up."
But the fact that he could even call him down lets you know that the Lord allowed certain powers and things to be able to be used.
Yeah.
This is why why do you think the people who rule the earth, literally rule the earth and everything in it, they don't care about money, they care about what? Power. They do everything to worship the devil on the left-hand side. Why? Because they know how to tap into that power. Because the only people who can tap into the power of Yahweh directly is who? Hebrew Israelites. Period. So guess what? So they're going to use the Jewish mysticisms and all the other little knowledges that was given by either angels or God himself. It is all real.
Look at Moses and
They're going to use all of that because they
Moses.
can't tap into all of this.
Shit, the best example ever for, I don't know why we didn't bring it up already. When Moses had went to the Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, they conjured up left-hand side magic and made snakes, and then Moses turned to a snake and ate every last one of the snakes.
The fact that they could do it
Right.
is because that
What? Remember Joseph?
but also who taught them probably how to look. We ain't gonna get into it too deep, but yeah.
But even just like, and just to bring it full circle, bro, I got the word invention real quick. The action of inventing something, typically a process or device. And one of the synonyms is the word contrivance. It says a thing which is created skillfully and inventively to serve a particular purpose. Now we know that Esau's blessing was the sword,
Right.
simply to live by it and to die by it.
Yeah.
He had no reason to invent anything. That's what the slaves was for,
Right.
to make life better. All the Senate is all in there. It's devising, contriving, development, design, pioneering, discovery. Our forefathers, our ancestors were put in a fucked up situation, chattel slavery, creating toilets and shit,
Right.
giving the scraps and shit and turning it into soul food.
Soul
you know what I'm
food,
saying?
yeah.
That's just the we the former of all things, bro.
Yeah,
They literally didn't
it
create
makes sense.
nothing, bro.
Yeah,
like
you feed us scraps and we figure out how to make
How to
that
make
shit
it
work.
work.
right, it's bullshit, but we going to turn that shit to gold. Like it's
You know what's
what I mean?
crazy? And then the bullshit y'all gave us, which was fucked up, we end up making it
I
into
got
something
you.
else, and now you want to buy it. Now you want to buy the shit that that's crazy, bro. That's crazy how shit work.
You had you was in Galatians 4, right?
Yeah, that's 4, yeah.
Got it right here.
Oh,
No, Slakia. I wanted to get because we was on talking about magic and King Solomon.
Oh, come.
It literally is called Solomonic magic.
Right.
Wow.
It says Solomonic magic rooted in the lore of King Solomon's supposed magical abilities. Centers on the concept of controlling and binding spirits, particularly demons. Remember I told you a ring that's supposed to be able to control the demons, and then each one he had to tell him his name, and he had you ever see those demon movies? What's your name? What's your name? I compel you to tell me your name. And once you know the demon's name, then you have power over it. Literally, this is what the folklore of what these people believe in. Not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you motherfuckers don't even go there. It says Solomonic magic rooted in the lore of King Solomon's supposed magical abilities centers on the concept of controlling and binding spirits, particularly demons. This tradition, which emerged from an ancient text like the Testaments of Solomon and later influenced European grimoires. Who are the Europeans? Come on, Esau. Esau is trying to tap in demonic forces because they can't tap into Yahweh's power. So they're trying to learn magics and shit that Solomon was tapping into on lesser spirits or lesser energy, right? And it says, this tradition, which emerged from an ancient text like the Testaments of Solomon and later influenced European grimoires, emphasizes the uses of rituals, incantations, and magical seals to interact with the command supernatural entities. Control over spirits, grimoires and texts, magical seals and rings, exorcisms, planetary magic, ceremonial magic, and all that. Now, mind you, every time you hear about the Illuminati, they're always doing what? Some kind of ceremony or ritual.
Yeah.
Why do they do
Sacrifices.
that? Sacrifice is because they're literally trying to read from the texts that they found in ancient, which was
They
called.
don't know what they fucking with.
And they know what they fucking with.
I'm saying it's just the power that come with it.
But
like,
they just not understanding it's a trick bag.
Yeah.
Because who controls all the power? Yahweh Bashanel Shah. So the Lord is allowing them. Why do you think
They think it's they're tapping into an alternative source. Like this is if we tap into this, we can fight against the Lord. We can fight
Yeah,
against
they
it.
think-
not knowing.
But not knowing that the Most High set them up as a trap.
Yeah.
Here,
You're
I'll
gonna
give you
fall
all
in that,
this.
you're gonna fall in that trap. That
See,
shit
look,
that you said.
Solomonic magic has roots in ancient Jewish and Greek magical traditions with mentions of Solomon's magical prowess found in texts like the Dead Sea Scrolls and the writings of Josephus. So mind you, that's what I said. You go read into these old texts and stuff. Because in the Dead Sea Scrolls, it says Solomon was doing some crazy shit. Just like in the Dead Sea Scrolls, it says that Yahweh Shah was doing some crazy stuff. We already know what's written in the Bible, him teleporting and showing his form.
Yeah.
But it shows in the dead. I'm not saying anything's canon. Got to make this very clear
It's
for the
all out
YouTube
there,
world.
you know what I'm saying?
But go ahead and learn. It even says Yahweh Shah was freaking.
Remember the soldier tried to get him at Garden of Gethsemane, and he was like, he said, "Yo, where is the one called Yahweh Shah?" He said, "I am he," and that's the spiritual power blast him the fuck out the way.
But I'm giving perspective.
That shit was crazy.
If the Lord gave King Solomon all the wisdom, you think he didn't know how to damn? Bro, King Solomon was out here like, oh, okay, so I could do this with that. But remember, he was blessed by God, so he wasn't worried about demonic forces. If you know you got the head with you,
Yeah.
you conjure a demon, bro, you in order. Hey, I'm gonna need you to go do this for me. You're like, I don't want to. What's your name? Show. I'm Yahweh's man. What's your name? Azazel. All right, now go ahead and go. Yeah, I mean, bro, he had the power over that shit. And this is what these Talmudists, these Zionists believe
That's
in.
interesting. I'm gonna stick to the things are too hard for thee. This is it's one of them Jones to me.
Well, that's for you. I mean, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is all knowledge conscious.
All the build up.
It's all basic.
Yeah.
It's all basic.
What do you think?
knowledge.
What do you think an alchemy is? What do you think? What all that stuff is
You
literally.
think all this stuff is just fiction?
Absolutely not.
And these TV
Oh.
shows and movies that they
No.
make about this stuff, and it's through decade after decade it showed, bro. It's
seeing
it's
cherries,
real
what they can
science,
do.
bro.
what a cherry can do, and we actually seen them in real life, and what they can do when they on video now, with the shit they got going on,
It's like
ain't nothing.
They
you saying
remove
impossible.
ether from the periodic table just so they can fuck with it behind closed doors.
That shit's crazy, bro.
Like that's like a mercury,
That
something
shit.
with mercury. I've been saying a lot of stuff with mercury, too, bro.
ether.
You know what I'm saying?
Either all types of stuff, man. They, bro, it's so much stuff out there. That's why the Lord says, "Don't." What's that scripture? But don't reading too much or studying or getting in too much shit.
yeah.
Too
So
many
I agree.
books, too many books. It's weariness
Big
in the
in
spirit.
yeah, yup.
Get you all bent out of shape and shit.
What really got me into the getting the electrical, all that Tesla, bro. I said once I came into the truck, I said, yo, he was a G.
Free energy and all that.
Free
shit.
energy for everybody, but they found him out, cooked him, died broke, and then they charged everybody. Like he was already talking about cell phone shit, like yo,
Yeah.
like he like yo,
There's
the
actually,
way his mind was working, bro.
There's actually pictures and videos of people motherfuckers already having cell phones, but we ain't gonna get into that either.
Oh, you know what, Lost Kingdoms and all that, man.
Oh, we ain't gonna get into that either.
Hey, Galatians 3
There you go, brother.
and 16. Let's bring it back. Cause was you done in that Galatians 4?
Yeah.
All right,
Great
is kinda
topic.
Tying it back in.
Great topic, though.
Yeah. Nah, my mind just be.
Mine too.
Rolling sometime,
Mine too, bro. I'll tell you, mine too.
It's Galatians 3 and 16. It says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. It says, he saith not, and to seeds, as in plural, as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yahweh in Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, that it should make the promise of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise. But Yahweh gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore then serveth the law? And that was the point. I'm going to finish this 19. It says, wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator, which is Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
That also reminded me, basically, it had to be a falling away first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had to go through that.
Yeah.
Gentiles, Israelite foreigners had to come through, which were Israelites brought up in other customs and religions and doctrines and all that, languages.
We were Gentiles going after those dumb idols, which thou was led.
And it's basically like the Most High is, like you said, the wheats and the tares broke together. The Most High is sifting the wheat from the tares, he's trying to get the purest of the pure of all of the nations. He's trying to get the best to receive the first fruits of the kingdom.
As he should.
So it had to be that falling away, and then what pursuing the Baruch, second chapter. All right, that remembrance of ourselves and seeking 10 times more. Well, those that seek the Lord and put off the pleasures of this world, because this world, especially here in America, it pushes so much to offer: status, money, power, all type of just folly and fornication and shit. Right? Freedom. Do what thou will. Do this. You have the power to do anything you want. Liberty. But we sit here and subjugate ourselves to what? The teachings, the covenants, the commandments, and ultimately just through our faith.
Bro, think about it though. Bro.
And we sacrifice all this for that.
If you
And it's not, we can't even physically see it.
if
Right.
Lord willing, we be accounted, right? Think of the elect, just going through all these, living these different lives, bro. If you was with Yahweh Shai, creating everything, what's that? Romans 8:35, roughly paraphrase, going to how nothing can separate us from the Lord. Your spirit is always going to, every time we come back, it's always going to gravitate towards this, bro. Because you was there.
Yeah.
You gonna be like, yo, that's heavy shit,
what's
bro.
that? Predestined. You get that scripture?
Yeah. What's that?
Romans 8.
Romans 8.
yeah.
Damn, it's all in Romans 8.
Romans
then.
8.
Alright,
Yo,
I bet.
that concept while you getting it, brother. I be telling brothers.
Oh,
that
you see,
word.
brother Ari? You see Ariana's lesson the other day? She was fire. She was fire.
I just talked to Ariana, man.
Yeah, it was fire, man.
Shout out to bro if you listen.
Yeah, if he ever, I seen him out there pushing. Well, go on.
Romans 8. And yeah, I'm gonna have to start.
It's like around the 26th verse.
This whole John Harry spirit is
I was
so
hoping
good.
this old
Start
man
at
would
16.
pull up before your name. Well, you know how he be.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. You get price out over here. He's
It's
10 minutes away.
Come, bro.
He ain't coming. He's probably not gonna come because his spirit gonna be convicted. Coming here. Trying to talk him off a ledge, bro. It is what it is.
I was talking about that was the point I brought out. But you said 26.
28, 29.
Right, I'll just read down. Yeah. I'll just read that start here. It's Romans 8:29. It said, "For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall then, it says, what shall we say then to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us? He spared not his own Son, but delivered him up for us all. How shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay anything, right? And it says, who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect? It is Yahweh that justifies. Who is he that condemneth? It is a Mashiach that died, yea, rather, that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of the Most High Yahweh, who also maketh intercession with us. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ, of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress, or persecution, or famine or nakedness, or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. It says, for I am persuaded, this is the point, that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach our Lord. And that makes sense, bro. Because you was tapped in from being predestinated, you was tapped in from you.
Since your inception.
Since the beginning of time,
Since
bro.
your inception, yeah.
When
That's
Yahweh-
you, the go
when
against it is
Yahweh-
going against your
when Yahweh
nature.
created Yahweh Shai created the angels, bro. And the Alahayim goes into when God said, let there be light. That's not going into Yahweh. It's going into Yahweh
powers.
Shai and the angels. Alahayim, which
The
goes
powers.
into the powers.
Rulers or the judges.
Rulers, yep. Which stems from, that's why it's going to trickle down in the kingdom of heaven. That same concept is going to come back.
The hierarchy.
Yahweh Shai, ultimately David, and then the elect.
The hierarchy, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Because what I was getting ready for-
144K.
What I was getting, yeah, right there. There we go.
Yeah, the 144K.
Because when you think about it, Lord
Send
willing,
me that.
Lord willing, we could be a part of that number. Let's just say hypothetically, it was the case that we're part of that 12,000 in any tribe. That would literally mean that we have to fathom the fact that we were with Yahweh Shai building the shit.
We were with Yahweh Shai.
If you part of that number, like you was with Yahweh Shai building the world. That's amazing.
It's hard for people to grasp.
Grasp that, yeah, that's crazy.
That's also because people don't want to know. They don't want to see it. And what's crazy is it's deeper than what we even talk about.
Yeah.
It's-
But they rather go and subjugate to, there was a war in heaven and Satan and his angels, they fell into the pits.
Lack of
The
understanding.
falling angels, they were
The great war in heaven hasn't happened yet.
2 Thessalonians 2, 9 through 11 go explain that shit. The Lord gave him a strong delusion to believe a lie.
Yeah.
Straight up.
When really the fallen angels really is the 144,000
The fall of man.
that came. Then they fell from
You
their
know
what?
what I'm saying?
They fell from their natural estate, which is in the spirit, the natural body, to now we have a terrestrial body.
These chains of darkness.
Change of mortality.
I was
bro.
trying to explain that at the end.
Mortality.
Same thing you just said.
Like literally, death is not natural. Most High, the Most High, the scriptures say that the Most High did not create man to die.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
That shit's wild, bro.
Adam and Eve had that joint first.
That bitch.
I be
No.
seeing all types of spin-offs, bro. These Yakub and
Ain't got time for it, niggas.
Ain't got time for it.
big ass snakes. They got like all types of animes. They can y'all. This is really happening in the garden.
that's why the scriptures
go
say.
ahead, bro.
That's why the scriptures say,
Big
give her
ass
no
movie.
liberty to gather abroad. You
Nah.
gotta keep your woman on a tight leash, bro, and for her own safety.
Right.
Oh,
It goes into this about
Oh,
your daughters too.
oh, so like
Your daughters, your
keeping
daughters,
your
your
daughters
woman,
close.
they should be
Being hard
keeping-
on them.
Being
You know what
hard,
I mean?
yeah. You have to hold them accountable. bro. Why?
dudes letting their wives go on girls trips. That's probably like going
All
into
that,
it.
bro.
All
Yeah,
that
man,
other
all
shit.
that gather
Because
abroad.
anything can happen.
Anything
You
happen.
fucking 6 hours away in another state with just a bunch of women. Like, you have no protection. And if
Castle
some
just-
shit go down, what the fuck I'm going to do? I'm 6 hours away. I can
Castle
hop in,
just
but
vulnerable.
at that point, it's like,
No gates, no security.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I
First-
finished that in
first-
Romans 8. That was it.
1 John 3:1. First John 3:1-2. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. And beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh. It doeth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is."
That was
Yeah, that was
I
fire.
ain't gonna lie. That was fun. That was like,
I like that. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Bahamah, the allowance to the elders and apostles. Shalom.
Shalom, bros.